So back to your mom, single mother, and you just wanting to ease her some of that pain. What were the first steps you took to doing that? Because there are a lot of different paths you could have taken.
Hmm. First steps I took in doing that was I figured out that this music thing was going to work for me. You know, I figured that I was going to become successful at a young age in the music industry. And, you know, I started creating almost every day. You know, just write raps in school, come home and I record them. I remember so my dad brought me my first microphone, but it was like a real amateur style microphone, but it was exactly what I needed to just kick it off.
Mm.
But as I learned more about the technology, I ended up upgrading. So I remember selling a pair of my Nike sneakers and I had to flip those. And I bought myself the better microphone and I would record myself. I would engineer myself. I would do everything myself ultimately. As far as the creative goes, my artwork, um, mixing masters. And yeah, ultimately, you know, we would just put that out. And what ended up happening was one day I had this idea, I had an epiphany. Um, and I saw myself doing like this freestyle rap video that was gonna get picked up on World Star Hip Hop. And that was ultimately my marketing plan to get signed, right? So I told one of my boys one day after school, yo, bring your camera, we're gonna do this video, just follow my lead. That we did. And then I ended up sending it to World Star Hip Hop like 100 times. They never picked it up. But instead of letting that kill my dream, I decided that I was gonna do something that at the time I didn't even know was like a marketing move of a genius. But I decided to put that up on YouTube. And in the title, I titled it as 15-year-old freestyles for World Star. And so anybody who came across the video, because in my thinking, right, the way I was looking at it was, it's so good that nobody would dare second guess that this wasn't on World Star.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. And one day I was going to school and I got a message. I was also smart enough to leave my contact information on the video. So one day I was going to school, I got a message from who was Johnny Shipes, who was my first manager, who ultimately became my first manager. But he hit me up, he reached out and he said, yo, I just saw your video on World Star and I want to talk to you about signing to my label. And that was the moment right there that I realized how possible my dreams were.